This is Kirsten, and thank you so much for tuning into my corner of the Relocate podcast. So, I wanted to create this space so I can share my thoughts about my own personal moving experience. I shared my story on episode 10 of my podcast, the Relocate podcast, and I shared everything from my upbringing living in a rural town in South Carolina, moving to Atlanta, moving to Houston, and now in Austin. I just hit my 3rd year living here in Austin, Texas. And I gotta say, I really love living here. But we need to talk. We need to talk about this narrative that keeps circulating about Austin not being for Black people. Because last time I checked, I'm Black. I feel like y'all should leave me out because I'm Black and I love it here. And I think Austin is for Black people. I think everywhere a Black person go is for Black people, but I get where it comes from. I get where that narrative comes from. I really do. But we gotta unpack what that actually means and what it is doing for the Black community here. And I'm not just talking about transplants like me that move here. I'm talking about everything that Black Austin encompasses, from the generational businesses to the families that have planted roots here, the infrastructure that has been here for decades. I want to unpack what this narrative is actually doing from my perspective, and y'all can take it for what it is. You can not like this video. I really don't care. But I just wanted to get this out because it's tough being a creator and having to sit back and watch this narrative unfold online and trying not to buy too much into the conversations and really bringing that part of the algorithm into this space. And, sure, it's good to see the good and the bad and the ugly of every city and every place that exists. You need to know that for your research. But I just got to unpack how this narrative can be damaging to the foundation that has been in Austin for generations. So let's start. So yeah, there are Black organizers and creatives and entrepreneurs and community builders doing real work here. They're creating spaces, they're throwing events, they're building networks and adding so much value to the Black experience in the city. And when we keep repeating Austin isn't for Black people, I feel like that's erasing their efforts. It's diminishing the value that they bring to the Black community in Austin. So we're acting like the community doesn't exist when it actually does. You just gotta plug in and find it. Austin is one of those cities where you just have to be very intentional about finding your community. It's not going to be as in your face as what it is in Houston, in Dallas, in Atlanta, and Charlotte. And it can be in your face depending on where you go. But let's be real. Austin has a population of, I should have checked. Hold on, let me Google it. So yeah, roughly around 1 million. And the Black population here in Austin is about 7.5%. So that's roughly 75 million people. Come on, let's be real. But shout out to everyone who's holding it down and really making space for us here, because that's one of the reasons why I really fell in love with the city, the intentionality of bringing people together and really keeping people connected and supporting one another. It really reminds me of home, really, being in a small town, growing up in an area with a population of around 500 people. It was very important to build connections, and whenever someone was in need, it wasn't hard to find help. And it feels like that here, to me, at least. So, and here's the thing that no one's really talking about. I feel like this narrative might actually be making gentrification worse, because when we tell Black people not to move here, who do you think is moving here? We're essentially removing ourselves from the equation while everyone else keeps coming. And then we wonder why the city keeps getting less diverse and more expensive. If we want Austin to be for us, we have to actually be here and build here. We can't complain about being pushed out of cities while also telling each other not to move to certain cities. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real. So how can we address this narrative? Because I don't want to just come on here and complain and then not take action, because I'm all about taking action and not complaining. Like, less complaining, more action, right? So if you live here in Austin and you're Black and you feel like you don't know if this is the place for you, I don't know. Just be the change you want to see. Stop waiting for someone else to create the community that you're looking for. Throw the event, start the group chat, plan the meetup. The Austin you want starts with you showing up and building it. I feel like that's the beauty of being here. There's so much opportunity to create. And I feel like if you're a business owner, why would you not want that? There's more than enough of us to build something that people are seeking. And it's more than enough people to really get that type of business that you're looking for. I'm gonna give you a good example. All right, so there's this lady, her business is called Roma Lux Fabrics. She is located in the northern Austin area. She lived in Houston and she relocated here because she saw an opportunity. She saw that there are people here who are creative, but there wasn't a Black owned space where people can just come and buy fabric and buy yarn and buy, whatever you need to sew clothes. She is driving here. She came here, she made it happen, she saw a vision, and now she's driving. So y'all might want to keep her out this narrative too, because she's Black, and y'all said that Austin wasn't for Black people. Anyways, yeah, be the change you want to see. If you're a brother and you want to have brunch and you don't see anyone else here hosting brunch for brothers, why don't you start that? I'm sure there's pretty other brothers here find an opportunity. They just don't want to put it together. Somebody got to organize it. Be the change you want to see, people. Oh my gosh, please. Okay. Also support what's already here. If you got a hobby, there's someone I'm sure that is here already taking the lead on bringing people together for that hobby. For example, there's a run club here called We Outside ATX, and it all started about a year, maybe 2 years now ago, by a girl who saw that there wasn't a running club here that's centered around Black people. So she did it, and she grew her page to over 20K followers. That is crazy growth. The community is here. Follow the Black-owned businesses. Follow Black Life ATX on Instagram. I don't have Facebook. I'm sure they're on Facebook too. Attend the events. Google what you're looking for. Join organizations that's centered around your interests. That should be one of the first things you should be doing anyways when you move to a new city. Because how else are you going to meet friends? Amplify the people doing the work, please. Because community really exists when we invest in it, not just when we complain about what's missing. Another thing, we have so much access to the internet, and I wish that more people would ask questions that are, I don't know how to explain it, maybe targeted towards people who actually are Black who like living here. Like maybe say, hey, to people who are Black and actually like living in Austin. What do you like about it? It's important to really connect with people who actually like where they live, because when that happens, they're more likely to help you settle into the city. Another reason I love living here is because I connected with people who actually like living here, right? And I connected with them because when I did my research and I Googled that, well, um, I want to find women, I want to find a group for Black women in Austin. So I landed upon that after doing research. And when I arrived to Austin about a month later, I went to an event that the group was hosting, and I met people. I kept going to the events, and I met people who have lived here, who are Black, who have lived here in Austin for over 10 years, and they actually really like living here. And so they told me what they like about living here, and I stayed in touch with them and learned more about things to do in Austin that they enjoy doing. And we did some of those stuff together. And before I knew it, I was stumbling upon hidden gems. These asked a question and targeted to people who actually like living in Austin. I don't know why I'm using my hands a lot, but the narrative it gets me hot. It gets me a little hot thinking about it, because I don't want any parts of it. I'm Black and I like living here, and I like everybody. Can I not like everybody? What is wrong with that? Actually, I don't like everybody. I don't like Trump supporters. I don't do that. But anyways, real talk. If Austin's not for you, that's okay. I feel like every place isn't for everybody. And if it's not working, please find your city. Please find another place to live. I mean, that's what I did. And I feel like we all have the liberty to do that. Okay, so in closing, Austin has its challenges. It has its challenges. I'm not saying it doesn't, but we gotta move different. We gotta move differently if you want different results. We can acknowledge the obstacles and celebrate the progress. We can be critical and be committed to building something better. If I can close this with anything, I can say that year 3 of Austin has taught me that the Austin experience is largely the Austin experience that you create. So let's build, let's support, let's show up. And I am going to also drop some recommendations in the description of this page. If you are in Austin and you're Black, Blackity Black, and you are looking for a community, I have started a community. Actually, it's called Let's Connect ATX, and it is for people who want to build intentional connections and not like networking. I mean, actually meet friends, actually go out and be the experience you want to see. Like, my goal is I just want to walk up into, I don't know, Dave and Buster's and be like 20 or 30 of us, people who look like us. Or go out to brunch. Man, we did a brunch a few weeks ago, and it was at this restaurant, Vic and Owls. I've been to Vic and Owls probably 10 times already because I really like their food. And every time I go, they're always playing, I don't even know what the genre of music is. It's not bad music. It's just really calming, like hippie music. Anyway, I hosted a brunch there. It was about 20 of us, and they switched the music so fast. And all of a sudden they start playing R&B. And I'm just like, wait, they're playing 90s R&B. I don't know who was playing the music, but shout out to them. But yeah, Austin's really what you make it. And I really like what I'm doing with my meetup group. So if you want to tap into that, to definitely leave a comment or check the description, because I would definitely love to connect with you if you are in Austin. It doesn't even matter how long you've been. Shoot, you could be a native. Actually, I would love more people who are from Austin in the group, because I want to really shift this narrative of Austin is not for Black people, because I love it here. There are people in the group that I know who love it here, who aren't from here, who's been here way longer than me, who are much more established than me, like with homes and stuff. So people actually have property here and they're Black. So I'm gonna shut my mouth and go. But thanks for tuning in, and follow, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.